he knows best, igniting a second chance for a bike and a rider. 2-stroke or 4-stroke, from budget builds to best in class, from the Bakersfield Hills to the Supercross track. You're watching the London Max YouTube channel. You're watching the London Max YouTube channel.
What's up, YouTube fam? So last weekend I drove over 1,000 miles and I went back to my hometown and picked up this thing. Now this was sitting in my buddy's shed. I got it about 2 years ago, and all I know about it is a KTM. It's either a 250 or a 300. I'm really hoping for the 300. It's rough. I have not started. I have not even attempted to look at the air filter. I've done nothing. So that's why today, guys, on this film, we're gonna just see this thing. It's been stored for 16 years without starting. Yeah, we're gonna put a leg to this thing. We're gonna crack it down. There is some funny business, I'll be honest with you right now. On a scale of 1 to definitely starting, we're right around that 1-2 mark. There's something very grindy kicking over the Kickstarter. I have a feeling I know what it is, and I don't think it's internal, but either way, we need to break this thing down, put some fresh gas to it, check out the case oil, check out the air filter, put a foot to it, and see what happens. I'm really interested to see what this thing does, because if it runs, these are great bikes. I mean, they're not earth-shattering. They're not as good as the CR250, RM250, KX250, YZ250, back from that same time period in the early 90s, but they're solid machines, just like KTM's always made. So let's get it out of the... Oh, bought a new truck, by the way. Got rid of the Tundra. It was a sad day, but had to get a 4x4 for living up here. We get a lot of snow. Anyways, get it out of the truck here, put it up on the stand. Let's crack into it, see what the heck's going on after 16 years of sitting. I'm sure we have some plants growing in the old carbonator there, but let's check it out. In all my excitement, I had to just disconnect the number plate here just to really get in here and show you guys. Like, I'm in awe. I really didn't think it was, but apparently KTM used to write things in Sharpie or something on their VIN tags. I don't know, but I see 300 after motorcycle type. Can't see what the rest of it says. KTM was so goofy, man. These things were, so the fender didn't vibrate. It's really interesting. Oh man, I am so excited. If this is really a 300, which stroke 72 or 71, 71, 73, 73, 73. So now I'm really excited to pull this tank off, air filter off, drop some fresh gas in it, work on that Kickstarter. Let's just get going on this. Who in the heck with standard? Is that a thing? KTM do that? I don't think so, because this thing has a wing nut on the back of it. KTM didn't do that. We'll all look at the air filter at the same time here. See if we got mice in there. I'll let you guys look first before me. How bad is it? You can tell me. It's that bad? Let me see. Oh, yeah. It's got the, oh, I don't want to clean my air filter because that makes it leak type. Huh. Okay. Let's continue plucking this thing down. All right, got the tank all loose. Let's see what we get here. I said I had the tank loose, but I got all the bolts. What are you doing? KTM, you hiding a bolt? What's going on here? This needs a little kick by the bear. There it comes. So I think that's a SEM coil on that thing. Not even a triangulated upper motor mount. It's just one bolt to bolt. That's interesting. Haven't seen that one before. Let's see. Yeah, it's that's a big cylinder. That's definitely not a 250. Wow, I'm stoked. All right, guys, got an update for you here. So I went ahead, pulled the spark plug. So that's what our plug's looking like. Rich burn, a lot of time on it. Not surprised, but other than that, not lean, no damage. There we go, there's a good focus. It doesn't look too bad. However, so pulled the oil plug. I can see the oil in there. Pulled it out. Doesn't have any milk on it, so we don't have any water in the crankcase. But this thing is still so grindy. This thing should turn over with little effort, but it feels like yuck. Something still is not right. And I can't tell where it's coming from. I kind of feel like it might be a crank bearing. I don't want to just say forget it and start it and just hope for the best. I kind of want to pull that head off, pull the head pipe off. I just turned over, just seeing if it gets better or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's so grindy, just not smooth. And it's weird. It feels like doesn't feel like a broken bearing. It feels like just dry, or I don't know. I really don't know. It's very, very confusing. I've never felt an engine do this. I mean, it could very well just be the connecting rod bearing is completely ghosted, or the crank bearings, one of them roached, in which case do not start it because they'll just damage your cylinder and make things a lot worse. I was kind of just hoping that it was just this kick-started grinding on the back of the frame right there. I was hoping that's what I was feeling kind of come through, but it turns out that's not the case. So I'm going to tear into this a little bit more, and I'll catch up with you guys when I have a further development. All right, developments, like I was just saying. So I was poking around, and yes, you guys are probably staring at it right now too, and it caught my attention. What is this? Why is there a carriage bolt hose clamped into the vent tube of the crankcase? So what does that mean for the bike? Well, that means I think I found our problem. So let me explain. When you block off the gases that are trying to escape mostly from the clutch, it's mostly a lot of heat that's built up by the clutch. It needs somewhere to go. If it doesn't, it'll pressurize your cases and you'll start blowing out gaskets everywhere. Why someone blocked the vent tube, I don't know. They probably had crankcase oil pouring out of it, which only just meant that the seal on the connecting rod, or not the connecting rod, but on the crankshaft was bad. So you have any blow-by that's coming by the piston escaping into your crankcase, and it was probably blowing oil out that. So they thought if they just plugged it, they're good to go. But now you've created another problem on top of not fixing the other problem. So what I'm getting at is it blew out the oil seal on the air side of the stator. I got oil coming out of here, and this is definitely where the grinding is coming from. I could hear the bearing has been damaged. So this is going to be a project. Not exactly the project I wanted, because immediately after finding this out, I did go on to RockyMountainATVMC.com, in which there are no parts available for this thing. So I did go on also to KTM Parts Pro. Again, nothing available. I went on to eBay. I found some things. I found a piston. I found a couple other engine parts, but it's not looking like there's a lot available for these older KTMs. So there's going to be some improvisational done here. What that means is I need to find out the diameter of the bearing that I'm replacing, somehow source the oil seals, find an OEM part number, because a lot of times the OEM parts weren't made by KTM. They were made by, say, SKF, SGS, something like that, and SGS still makes the seal, just not for KTM. Same thing with the bearing. It'll have like an NKN, an NKG part number, and then you basically trace that part number online and find the OEM manufacturer who made the bearing and see if you can get a replacement. Done it before on other bikes. It just sucks. So that's what's going on with this. I gotta say, I knew something was gonna be wrong with it. That's why I gave it a 2 on the scale of like 1 to going to start it, because it didn't feel right. And 2 years later, after I bought it, what I should have done was diagnose immediately. So 2 years down the road, when I did a video on it, I had parts for it. But I wanted it to be fresh and brand new for this video. Whale poop. So, kind of at a loss for words. I need to pull the motor. I need to break it on down. See how far the damage goes. I have a feeling that if those bearing material got up in the top end, I'm not sure if these were Nikasil line cylinders or if they're cast iron. But either way, cylinder might be damaged from those particles. It still has compression. It still has good compression, what I would call good, not great, not amazing. It has good compression. So much so it'd probably fire if we didn't have this connecting rod or crankcase bearing issue. Well, that sucks. Alright, so I'm not even going to play with you guys. It's honestly 5 days later since I filmed that last where I said it's going to be a project. Well, I have like a lot of different sizes of these flywheel removers. I could not get that thing off. So I had to jump online and order one, and a lot of money later, I have one. But I'm glad that I actually did this on this video. I was going to just end it there and then just accept failure that this episode was going to suck. Not going to suck anymore. So I was able to get the flywheel remover. I have the flywheel off. Now, let me bring you in tight, talk about what I found. Because I found the grinding issue, and it wasn't even as bad as I thought. Just I got some cleanup work to do. Let me explain. Alright, welcome to inside the stator, guys. So, as you can see, the seal is actually in really good shape. I'll take you in tight real quick. The seal is in really good shape, even looks replaced. That was not me. And I would tell you if I had to replace that seal or not. But let me tell you about what we did do. Hang on, let me shift some things around. Bring the light over here. And let's explain some things here. So, when I took off the stator, I did find that the bolts that hold in the stator had come loose and literally machined the backside of the stator. So these are the stator bolts for the plate, for the backing plate. These had backed out, and these were grinding on the flywheel, which is also evident by our little machine, like, I don't know, it's just been rubbing against the backside of the flywheel. We do have a little bit of chunking of some magnets here. I don't think that's going to be a big problem. It took a pretty good bite out of it right here. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But now the engine spins over absolutely like perfect, like it should. So I'm very happy right now. So right now I'm just hitting it with, this is my favorite degreaser right here, guys, by Reverend Motors. It's Release Degrease. This stuff is probably the best degreaser I've ever found, and that's saying a lot. I've used a lot of degreasers. It's a great foaming action, safe on rubber seals. This stuff is truly badass. So I'm going to degrease this in here, because what I think failed is not the crankshaft seal, but I think is actually this clutch seal for the clutch rod where it goes in. This thing had so many flakes flying around in here from basically these bolts backing out, and shaving off the backside of my flywheel, that there's a lot of metal shavings in here. I think some of those flew into here, and I think that's part of our issue. So I'm going to keep cleaning this thing out, and we're going to put this thing back together. We're going to clean out this carb, and we are going to start this thing, or try to, on this episode. Let's go. All right, now we're going to, so we got the stator all buttoned back up. It's all nice and clean, re-torque, so I think we're good to go there. And it's just such a relief. I mean, this engine just, now it turns over so free. The spark plug's out. Feels great. Feels like it should. So now we're gonna go ahead and tip this carb over and just clean out the bowl real quick. Give us every possibility to start this thing, you know, just to get it to pop over. Put it through the gears real quick. It does have a stinking paddle tire on it, which I'm not stoked about, but you know, at least we can hear it run. Maybe run it through a couple gears on the stand here. Make sure it has, you know, all the necessary gears. But yeah, so let's keep tearing this thing apart. I have a feeling the bottom of the bowl is just going to be a bunch of nasty stuff, which already by the needle, if you'll focus camera, is got some gunk on the tip right there. So it kind of tells me, yeah, the bowl's going to have just more of the same, which is fine. It's expected. Bike's been sitting for 16 years. Like, come on. And we need to unplug this this vent too, which is just horrible. So yeah, my hypothesis was wrong. I'm not always right. I mean, ask my wife. I know for sure though we need to unplug this vent tube from the crankcase because it does need to breathe, and that doesn't look like a bolt that's like drilled out or anything. So yeah, we're gonna fix that situation. Boy, this thing just doesn't want to abide by my law here. What? Is a bowl hanging up on this nut? There it is. Alright. Oh man, these hoses. Whew! I need to vapor hone this carb. But let's, for now, let's just get it freed up and see how bad it is. I have a feeling it's going to be, pretty nasty in there. Okay, so I have the bowl sitting over there with some degreaser in it. I wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is by Tusk from Rocky Mountain, atvmc.com. I'll have a link for this down in the description down there. You need one of these if you have anything with a carburetor. Let me show you why. So inside, you get a tool. So this is a tool right here. One side it has a 6mm, and the other side is to hold these tools. So in here, let me show you. So you have, for like some of the FCR carburetors, they need those special little stupid Allen wrenches. Well, you have that there. And then these are for the pilot jet and the main jet that sit way up in the carb body. So the other side of this, I'll show you. You just put this right over the jet, and it turns it out. Look at that. How many times have you guys been trying to take these out with pliers or with a tool that's not for it? Now we can get our jet that's just clogged full of gummy nastiness. And then watch, we'll pull out the pilot too real quick. Take out this funnel right there. Ooh, it's just goopy in there, boys. Let's take out the pin for the float real quick. Mind my fumbling real quick. This isn't going to be a deep carburetor clean either. This is just going to be getting the orifices blown out real quick and spray it out, get it clean. And let's just take a look at the needle and seat too. I can't look at the seat, but we can look at the needle. Needle looks alright. Will you focus? Like, do the guys a favor. Usually if these will get like a ridge. Oh, come on. You're trying. These will get like a ridge in them, and this doesn't have one. It's probably fine. And then the other thing is too, they turn like plastic rock hard. So the other thing that's what's cool about this tool that I was showing you guys, so it comes with all these flatheads, and these are perfect for fitting into this pilot right here. So you can even do this with the carb with that nut off the bottom, and you can get to this right here. And then let's get it centered first so I don't rip off one half of the flathead pattern, like that. So this tool is mega cheap. It's great to throw in your pack, in your track toolbox, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's a win. This tool, it's for the price. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years too, and it's a gift that keeps on giving. So I'm gonna get this stuff blown out, get this car back together. I'm not gonna clean the body of it or anything, and I'll blow out the jets and all these orifices with some compressed air, and I think we could start pre-mixing some gas, and I think we got coolant, so I'll verify all that stuff. But I'm excited to do something real quick here. All right, I got it all cleaned up in there, got all the jets and everything all blown out. Some compressed air. Let's check on our bowl, see how that came out. Yeah, better than before anyway. Let's wipe it out here. Still is a little bit of nasty in that very bottom. So one of the things I want to mention too that was actually just brought to my attention by a fellow moto mechanic in the community is these needle seats, the rubber part. You know, when those things go out and your float to your carburetor just starts overflowing all the time. Say you're at a race or you're racing this weekend, you're trying to order one to get one on time, and you just can't, like no one has it, or you just for some reason can't get one in time. There is a quick fix, and what you can do is go down to your auto parts store and you buy any transmission seal repair fluid. So like, you know how sometimes there's a transfix or there's a transmission stop leak? Well, you buy the transmission stop leak and then you soak the needle in that transmission stop leak for as long as possible, because with that trans leak, what it does is it causes all your seals to swell. It impregnates the rubber and it gets all the rubber to swell, and then you can throw it back in your carburetor and it will work. I've done it and it saved my butt a couple times until I could get the new one ordered up and ready. Especially as many bikes as I have, guys, some of them sit, and those needle valves do not like to sit at all. So just some food for thought. That's our bowl. It's way more, way more better. So I'm gonna put this on, and then as we just talked about, let's get started. All right, boys and girls. So it's that time. Over 1,000 miles driven, and picked up a KTM, guys, and I couldn't wait to show you guys this. I've been waiting for years to show you guys this project. It has gas in it. We have spark. I think it's gonna fire. No promises, but let's see. Real time, let's just do it. It's hot. It's hot here. It's like in the 70s or something still. Well, all that kicking, and I forgot to put on the spark plug cap. Wow. That's something. That's me getting too excited and not just checking over everything. Alright, let's try this again. Something wasn't making sense there. Something was not making sense. Alright. What about this time? Do you guys think it'll go this time? Heck yeah, it will. It's gonna go this time. Let's do it. let's see here. Always want to check your throttle. Make sure you hear that thing slapping shut. Choke on, gas on, plug cap on. It won't idle right now. It's pretty loaded up. I think a lot of the oil is dried up in the bottom end from sitting so long. But she runs. Ooh, that's a 300. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Like, maybe you guys could tell too. Maybe you guys could tell by my earlier, I don't know, demeanor, or my earlier kind of mood I was in when I started filming this, is I really truly did not think that I was gonna get this thing started because it had that grinding noise. Here we are, man. So I ordered that flywheel puller off eBay on Tuesday. Right now it's Saturday night, and I'm gonna hurry up and get this video uploaded, so you guys are probably gonna see it tomorrow, Sunday, because I'm just so, I'm pumped, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm all smiles right now, guys. 92 KTM 300, we found out, 300 runs. I didn't put it in gear, I didn't ride it around. That's for the next video. I think we'll burn that paddle tire off. What do you say? We'll just cook it right off. Just put this thing in second gear and just keep upshifting as long as it'll let us until that paddle tire is a street radial. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're following. Make sure you like this stupid video, man. I mean, come on. We resurrected a 92 KTM 300. And all it really was, I mean, we would have had this thing started a long time ago, but all it really was, the stator backing plate came loose and bolts jammed into the flywheel, and everything else is freaking fine. I can't believe it. Guys, there's obviously a lot more to come on the channel. We're still building that 2005 CR5 or CR450 giveaway bike. So when we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're almost like at 80,000 right now. I just checked. So we're at that 80,000 mark. So at 20,000 more, we'll give that thing away. It's gonna happen. The only way that you guys can be entered is to use my Rocky Mountain shopping link down below. It's no added cost. It doesn't cost you any more to buy your parts from Rocky Mountain. And what I'm going to do is, so starting from when I introduced that 05 until we hit 100,000, each one of those times that you guys made a purchase on there is going to be counted as an entry to get the bike. There's no cost to buy, and as we start accruing parts for that thing, which we still are, it's going to be one amazing 450. And I would be stoked to keep it, but I feel like at this point in this channel's lifespan, it's time to give away a fresh new bike to one of you guys. And what better than one of Honda's most memorable 450s of all time, that whole 05 to 08 period, the last carbureted ones. We bought a 2008 head for it. That's sitting up there getting assembled. It's going to be freaking rad when we're done. Going to get everything done. Nothing's going to be untouched. So if you guys want more information on that, go ahead and watch that video. I'll have the link at the end of this video, and you can just click onto it from there. Again, that link to that tool that I use is down in the description. Also, that link to the Rocky Mountain website. If you use that link and just purchase like normal, trust me, that's all you need to do. You get added to the entry list, and then when we hit 100,000 is when we're going to give that thing away, and it's going to be a very nice bike. So anyways, guys, that's it for now from the London Mex Garage. It's hot as heck. I'm going to go edit this video up and try to get out tomorrow so you guys can watch it. So 92 KTM 300. Next video over my right shoulder is a bike that I just picked up and shot the video for that too. You guys are going to love that one because I sold the 03 CRF 450 and I bought something else. And as you guys can kind of tell from what you see so far, it's a Honda. But you're going to have to keep your eyes open for that video next weekend when we tell you, or when we show you what we got here. So anyways, guys, love every single one of you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. That's promised. Peace out for now. Click that link. That'll take you over the Rocky Mountain landing page, or you can watch this video and see how that's all going to go together. Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.